Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope-A-Dope Report. I just got home from work not too long ago. It's kind of late, so I'm going to talk a little softer to respect my roommates. Anyway, I got a prediction show for you. It's actually on the undercard of the Chad Dawson Glenn Johnson rematch fight on HBO, November 7th. It is Alfredo El Perro Angulo against Harry Joe Yorgey. And Harry Joe Yorgey, actually, both are coming off knockouts. Harry Joe Yorgey is coming off a knockout over Ronald Hearns. I think it was 8th or ninth round. And Angulo just in August, I believe mid-August, what's that guy's name? Gabriel Rosada, or Rosado. He just knocked him out in the second round. Let's talk about Yorgey first. First of all, I love his name. He's a club fighter, or he has been so far, and he admitted it for Showtime in his last fight. The Showtime crew talked about it, and he said, it's time for him to step up his game and step up the level of competition. So he did with Ronald Hearns, but that's a little step up. It's definitely a step up from the guys he faced. I know he also faced Jason LaHoyler, guy that basically Chavez Jr. just knocked out over the weekend. So it's not a huge step up. But he went 12 rounds with him. But so it's a guy that really hasn't fought a lot of veteran fighters, experienced good fighters. So, but anyway, it seems like he's got a good jab when he uses it. He's got pretty good hand speed. He's got a good tight defense. He keeps his guard up pretty good. When you throw a punch at him, he reacts. He even gets the whole body into it, not just moves straight back or anything like that. It seems like his style is to kind of keep it in the middle of the ring. And I've only seen him fight twice, so but he kind of slowly circles his opponent. He likes to keep it in the middle of the ring. He's got some decent pop. So overall, he's a pretty good defender, pretty good fighter. He can counter. If he gets hit, he counters back pretty quick, it seems like. Angulo is a straight-ahead fighter. Teddy Atlas even said that there were some problems with him. He keeps his hands real tight so he can get his shots off. And for a brawler, he does have a nice straight punch. He's not too crazy all the time wide with his punches. He's definitely a puncher. He can put his punches together. He's a real fun fighter to watch. And considering he's 16-1, he's fought some good veteran fighters for only 17 fights into it. He did lose to Kermit Cintrone, who just outboxed him. Basically got on his bicycle and outboxed him the whole time. Cintrone does have power, though, so at least Angulo needs to slow down when he's stalking, and he got outboxed. I will say that though, he came in. They said he was pretty sick leading up to the fight. He came in either the night before the weigh-in or the day of the weigh-in, which is never good. A lot of times, if you're sick, you don't want to travel, and I think that was the deal. You could see he was sluggish, but you got to give him a little credit because he did make the fight at least tight. Because Cintrone, like I said, he got on his bicycle. He was on his moped, by the last two rounds, that he basically just ran, And I usually don't call it running, but he wasn't hitting back near the end. He was tired, and he was just trying to win. He had basically, Cintrone had put a bunch of rounds in the bank, and he knew it, so the last two rounds, he really just gave up kind of type deal and just ran. So, but Angulo did lose, but he does have some solid wins. He's got in there with some solid guys, pretty good vets. So, I don't, it's going to be tough to see. I don't know if Yorgey can actually take the pressure, and I don't think he'll have enough power in his punches to slow down Angulo. So I see Angulo. I do think it'll be a good fight, though. Even Rosado in the first round, even though he got knocked out in the second, did outbox Angulo in that fight. So he could definitely be outboxed, Angulo. I just don't know if Yorgey can do it. You know what I mean? Because you got to have something on your shot, and people will be like, well, he does have something on his shot. He just knocked out Hearns, but Hearns is a very unexperienced fighter. He doesn't have that much of an amateur career and not much of a pro career. So I do think that it'll be a good fight. While it lasts, I see a mid to late round knockout for Angulo. But like I said, I think Yorgey will give him a good run for his money as far as boxing. So I look for Yorgey to box and Angulo to attack. And once there's blood in the water, I look for him to be a shark. Anyway, this has been the Rope and Dub Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.